Hello, good evening, good morning, good day, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for coming and joining me today. Bit more card making using one of my stamped one sheet wonders from last week that ended up being a bit of a hit. I took some inspiration from a Pinterest colour scheme, and I had a few comments saying, oh, that's kind of unusual, but it works. And yes, it did. And I'm really pleased about it. So it's nice and vibrant already. And so I'm actually having to prepare for a class next week, and it's a FUNFOLD that I found today and thought I'd have a go doing it. I've kind of sort of tested it out. It's slightly adapted from the original because I need to design it for a class. So I try and be frugal and get, as much out of a piece of cardstock as I can. So I'm aiming to share that with you today. The other thing that I'm hoping to do, remind me if I don't, is to do one of my drawing it out on the grid paper so that you guys can have a graphic that you can look back on and, use it. Because I'd started doing that and I'd forgotten to do that with some of the FUNFOLDs to make it easier to figure out. So I'll try and go back to doing that for you. So hello, if you're watching this on the replay. Hi, everybody who you're watching live. Thank you so much. I always appreciate the fact that you guys want to come and hang out with me. And welcome if you're new to the channel. And if you're shy and you haven't said hello yet, please do say hello. I assure you that most of the people on this channel are very friendly, aren't you? Aren't you lot? No, they are. They might be cheeky. Sometimes they might crack a joke, they might pull your leg, and we like to have a good old time on here. So sometimes I might sound like I'm being rude to my friends, but it's just me japing. Well, that's an old word, isn't it? Japing. There we go. So please do come and join the banter. Sometimes our joke telling or our senses of humour, they clash a little bit, but sometimes that's maybe just a cultural thing or whatever. And we're very good natured, and we apologise if we have offended. But no, this channel is very, very chilled. We're all about having a good time and having a little bit of an escape, just for perhaps an hour of your day, to see something beautiful, to enjoy some happy chatter and inspire you. That is my main aim, to inspire you. Right, who have we got on here? Melissa Allen, welcome. Hi, Karen, Lisa, Christine, Judy, Hazel, Jackie. Did I say hello to Karen? I did. Georgiana, hello. Christine Gruska. I've said her name twice now. You see, as soon as I'm saying the names, it's going back out of my head, so I'm so sorry. Hi, Susan. Hi, Heather. Anne. Who else have I not said hello to? Judy. Kim, hello. There we go. Right. I'm going to sit down. Oh, sorry, not got my chair ready yet. Look, I've got this lovely blanket that I can snuggle round me if it gets warm in here. Cold in here. Not warm in here. Right, I'll show you what I've pulled out of my stash to go with the stamp wonder. So this is what I stamped the other day. Quite full on, very busy. And so I went and pulled out of my stash these. Now I don't know what that's from, why I've kept that, but I'm going to use it. It's a piece from the Painted Lavender papers, which I believe are still available. I will have a quick check on that. But because I used Gorgeous Grape here, I wanted some Gorgeous Grape paper. And the other bit of Gorgeous Grape paper is this. Now, the reason why it's cut at a funny angle is because I've used it, I've fussy cut various bits and pieces. I'm hoping to get some little pieces out of this. Oh, that's good to hear, Shaz. Thinking of you and the baba. Then this is a piece of Petunia Pop. Now, I know I didn't stamp Petunia Pop on here. I don't think I did anyway. Did I? No, it was more Berry Burst. However, stamped off Berry Burst, sorry if that's not computing very well, but I promise you, stamped off Berry Burst is pretty much Petunia Pop. So there we go. Oh, so you got some folks watching the darts. Fabulous. And then I found this bit of pink glimmer paper, which kind of, yeah, it goes. And I've got some other plans as well to decorate. So the measurements that I'm getting inspiration from is from, I've put it in the description already, it's a blog post by Terry Pocock, who used to be my Stampin' Up sister. I don't believe she's a Stampin' Up demonstrator anymore, but many years ago she was one of my Stampin' Up sisters. We were both under Monica Gale. So it's quite nice to be able to give her a shout out. Although I don't think I ever met her in real life. There we go. All right, so let's grab some gorgeous grey for our card base. And I'm actually going to cut 2 bases in one go. And also 2 pull-out sections. And I'm going to try, if anyone's ready with a pencil to write these measurements down, I'm going to try and give you them in centimetres and inches because they're quite common figures that I'm getting used to using. So there we go. Right, so pop your cardstock into your trimmer. Get your blade out the way. I'm saying this because earlier I was doing some scoring and I accidentally used my blade. So do get your blade out of the way. Right. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, lovely to see you. Been a little while. All right. We are going to score at 10 centimetres or 4 inches. And score. Then move it up to either 6 inches or 15 centimetres. And score. Then move it up to 20 centimetres or 8 inches. Oh, I've got to remember which one I'm doing. I'm doing centimetres. Did I do centimetres? Yes, I'm doing centimetres. Okay. So there's just a little, there's like quarter of an inch difference between the centimetres and the inches width of paper, but yeah, it's negligible. It really is. All right, and then rotate and cut at either 14.5 centimetres or 5 3/4. If you're using 8.5 by 11 cardstock, cut it at 5.5 inches. You will not get your full. Sorry, you will not get 5 3/4, which is what we can get in the UK. So, but I'm going to cut this at 14 centimetres. So if you're doing 5.5 inches, that's 14 centimetres, not 14.5. When you see it in front of you, it all makes sense. Hi, Julie Bennett. Oh, Shav, hopefully we'll give you a little bit of chilled R&R while you're here, while you're hanging out with us. All right, so your second piece of cardstock. Now this, you're going to get 3 of the mechanisms out of this. I know what, let me cut it so you get 2, because otherwise it might get a bit confusing. So you have to cut the cardstock at 16 centimetres to start off with. I'll just take that, put that aside for a second. And what you're going to do is, so this now measures 21 by 16, or that would be, I guess 8 by, or 8 1/4. Oh, I'm not sure. No, it should be 8. So that would be 8 by about 6 inches. I will sort it all out later. I will sort it all out later. Okay, so we're going to score at say, I'm going to say 8 it is 8 centimetres, but I think that would probably be about 3 inches. I've not transposed this bit yet. All right, all I know is what I need for centimetres. Then oh, and then you would score at 5 inches or 13 centimetres. and then you add another 5 centimeters onto that. So you would then be cutting at 18 or at 7 inches. Yeah, yes, that does work out. All right, let me give you those measurements again in inches, because I was a little bit hesitant there. So you would score at 3 inches, 5 inches, and cut at 7. Then rotate and cut at 3 inches, or if you're doing it in centimeters, 8 centimeters. So you need to, if you're following these measurements, you need to choose inches or centimeters. You can't mix and match. Okay, so let me just show you the construction then of what's going to happen. Actually, I don't want to fold it that way around. I think I do. So it's basically a Z fold style card, but with the kind of focal point being contained within this square here. And then when you go to glue it together, you get that going on. But then we're going to decorate. All right. So I've now got 2 of those bases ready to decorate. Put that aside for a second. I actually want to use this for one of the decorations, so I'm going to keep that just there for a minute. Right, so the first thing I want to do is cut out a section out of here. So I think I have got enough of this. I'm just going to square that off and cut this at 4.5 centimeters and 14. Oh, it's not quite long enough. I could do it at 13.5. I could just chop a bit off the bottom, couldn't I? You know what? I think I'll do that. It just makes my life easier. All right. If you have the right number, if you have the right size DSP, you don't need to do this. This is just because I had a little nick out the bottom of it. So, all right. So that's for that panels to go there, and then I want a piece to go on here somewhere. So I don't know. I'm going to go for this lovely berry burst. I'm hoping I've got enough of this. So what does this measure? Okay, that measures 14 centimeters. What does it measure across that way? Oh, 14.5. Okay, so I'm going to cut that at 4.5 centimeters. So the rest of this video is me going to be playing around with this exact same structure of card base and Z fold mechanism, and me just doing lots of different variations on a theme. So if you feel you've got enough information, feel free to go do something else, but or zoom to the end where I show all the cards. But this is going to be fun, I hope. And then we'll have a bit of a chat as well in the chatter. All right, so I want to use this lovely one sheet wonder that I stamped. So for this section, I want this piece to go on here. But I'm thinking what I could do, because that's going to... Ooh, hold on. Ooh, what if... I wonder if I cut it that way. Or if I cut it across, I could have one of those there and then like that there. Ooh, okay. So this measures 8. So I need a piece that's 8. So I need to add 7.5. I'm gonna use a calculator, guys. I really am, because you know my brain is just needs some help. So 7.5 plus 4.5 plus 4.5 equals 16.5. Okay, so I am going to cut, oh, this is quite scary, 16.5 down, but I probably don't need to cut all of it, so I'm just going to cut it to there and cut this at 7.5. Oh, that was a good guess, wasn't it? Good guess on that measurement, just in case I want to use that for something else. Oh, not quite gone all the way down. All right. So I'm going to cut this at 7.5. and then 4.5 by 4.5. Lovely. So we get that continuation happening. Got that story going through there. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Okay, now I just need to decide what to pop on the background of here. Ooh. Do I go for a bit of that? Gorgeous grape? I think so. So 13.5. I'm going to just take a little smidge off the edge of there because it's got a bit damaged. And then this is 10 centimeters wide, so I just cut this at 9.5. Oh, it's quite exciting. Right, let's stick it all together. Right, let's get a glue. Get a glue that works. Take care, Miss Kim. Nice to see you. Hi, Janice. Hi, Valerie. Who's around? Who's just popped in? Anyone else popped in to say hello? Please do say hi. Oh, I'll tell you what I was going to do. I wanted to show off this stamp set here because this you can choose for free in February when you spend £55, and this is worth I think £20. So basically you can get £70 of product for £55. I fancied just decorating, doing some tone on tone stamping. So tone on tone stamping is where you stamp the same colour on the same colour, and yeah, I think it can look quite sophisticated. I love that background. It's the one that I used for Artful Stampin School Lesson 1 project. Hey, cool, Judy. Oh, Judy, yes, I just saw what you shared. I haven't commented on it. Yes, well, thank you for sharing. Ooh, an Artful Stampin School, your project. Oh, should have used a Stampin' mat, but there we go. I'm being lazy. Just stamp harder. There we go. So that's the bit that's going to go on there. Now, do I want... I was thinking, do I want some detail on there? But you hardly see it, so it's kind of pointless, really. All right. I just bought that stamp set from Celebration. Oh, fab. Good. Who's that, Judy? I think you'll like it, Judy. It's a nice, easy one to colour in because the leaf shapes are so bold. They're great. Oh, no, wrong way around. I was going to check if that painted lavender paper was still available. I thought it had carried over to the new catalogue. Oh. Why can't I see it? Let me just have a look in paper. Patterned paper. We have so much gorgeous paper, don't we? Yes, it is. It's called oh, that's why. That's why it didn't show up in my search. It's not even called painted lavender. It's called perennial lavender. Yes, it is in stock. It's still available. You just got to just type lavender and it'll come up. Oh, and this paper, this is still available and it's reduced. It's £7.05 for the pack of 12 by 12 of this paper currently. Oh, forgot about that. Nice. There we go. So if you're wondering how on earth do you order, or how do you order these products, in my description below this video are all the links to my Stampin' Up shop. If you can't find them and, you know, maybe the device you're using, it's a bit confusing. That rhymed then. The device you're using is a bit confusing. Then email me at ruthtrice.com and I will see what I can do for you. I can maybe send you the direct link. Having said that, if there's any questions that you have after watching my videos, please drop me a line. Send me an email. Where does that saying come from? Drop me a line. Oh, is it writing a line? Drop me a line. All right. So what's going to happen here is that is going to get stuck onto there. And you can go as high as you want, as low as you want. You do it wherever you want, really. I think I want those leaves showing. So I'm going to have that there. I know, I haven't done a sentiment, and I also haven't done space for you to do your writing. I have to go on the back. So I would put glue on this section first. Then lay that down. And line it up with the edge there. Give that a good push. And then decide. It is drop me a line from when people used to write. Right, Lavender paper still available in Canada. Fabulous. All right, and then you need to put some glue here. Now, just don't do it over where it needs to be stuck. So whether you just need to, you know, stick your fingernail there, or if you're good at eyeballing it, eyeball it. But you don't need to come over. So I would just literally do that and stick it down. Now, there is the other option of putting it flat and sticking it. I wouldn't do that because you see, I don't know if you can see, if I was to put that flat, there's actually, you can see there's a slight discrepancy there. And I would prefer to have it flat folded so when it goes into the envelope, it doesn't stick up. So I would do it this way where you're folding it flat and gluing that card down like that. Because once it's open, no one's ever going to do that with it. You know, you're not going to display it like that. It's just supposed to be displayed like so. So there we go. Right, I'm enjoying, I love seeing the pattern papers next to my Stamp One Sheet Wonders and how they can kind of make each other sing. So I'm really enjoying that. And then on the back of there, I would put then a piece of just white cardstock ready to write my sentiment. I'm just looking around to see if I've got any white to stick on there. No, I'll have to do that later. All right, let's have a go with another one. So, same again. Actually, I'll do it this way. If you want to use your phone folder just to help it along, you can do. Right, I've got that. See, I'm wondering whether to use that to go there and there. Again, I'm going to have to cut it down because look, I've just got enough there. Oh well. So normally I wouldn't do this, but it's just seeming to be working out this way. So I'm cutting that down to 14 because it works. That's what I've got left here. Yeah, 13.5. There we go. All right. So I'm going to cut that at 4.5. And then 4.5. So that can go there, and that can go there. Have a little think. I'm just going to do that. That's 7.5. Got that for a rainy day. Now, what can I put here? Oh, now I'm stumped, aren't I? Because like I haven't planned for that. I'll come back to it. Could stamp a nice big sentiment, couldn't I? I wonder if I've got enough of this to do that section there. I might do. Nice 7.5. All right, that can go over there. And just have a look on my shelf to see if I've got some nice big sentiment that would perhaps sit there. That one's good, isn't it? Birthday wishes. Right. Oh, I know what I'll do. I want a bit of glimmer on this one. Right, so if I cut That's 7.5 by 7.5. And then a 7 by 7 piece. It feels a bit wasteful to not use that up, so I'm just going to grab my 2-inch punch and punch out the middle of that. I can use that for another day, can't I? So let's get birthday. Oh no, I did get that out already. Right, I will get my mat out for this, because I don't want to make a mistake. Oh, I'm going to stick that under there. And I think it would be nice to stamp some leaves around the edge, or oh, well, actually no, what about some ink blending? I'm going to do some ink blending around the edge of that. Just to pull in some of the colours from the Stamped One Sheet Wonder. So let me just bring that back to remind. So there's pumpkin pie in there. There's berry burst. Tap that off a bit. Just want it to be soft. So the way to get a soft edge is to tap off your brush and start doing small circles off the paper, and then come on gently, build the colour up. Don't be in too much of a rush to get that colour on there. That's nice. I'm going to do a bit of petunia pop. And then I think it'd be nice to stamp just a odd little leaf. And a bit of gorgeous grape for the main focal sentiment. Hi Patricia, I'm missing it. Oh, sorry about that, Patricia. Oh, hi Hazel. There we go. I think it needs a little bit of splatter or something on here, doesn't it? It needs something. That's better. Just needed something fun. Get a bit of pink. All right, let's stick it all together. losing all the little bits and pieces now. What's going on? Right, where's my glimmer paper? Anyone seen the glimmer paper? Oh, there. It was because I was looking for a white square. I'd forgotten I'd cut this hole out of it. Oh dear. Right, because this glimmer is slightly textured, I'm going to stick this down and probably pop a block over the top until it's dried. Whenever Stampin' Up come out with a new colour of glimmer paper, I get so excited. Just love it. Right. Okay. Oh, is that it? So that's that bit. That's that bit. That's that bit. No, I've just lost that bit. No, that's not it. Oh no. Is that it? There we go. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Patricia. Could you put the glimmer paper on top of the white one and have a sentiment shape? Oh, too late. Yeah, probably. Joanne froze. Yes, you're right. I could have done that. Sorry, I just read your comment after I stuck it down. This is when, you know, you'd probably wish that you could have a direct link to my ear. Oh, there's actually a little nick out of that piece of paper, but I don't think you're going to notice it too much because the it's the same colour. I think I could do with sticking some little flowers on that. I'll get my punch out and do that. What stamp set am I using? Oh, the leaves. The one that's free during celebration. It's called Natural Botanicals. Natural Botanicals. The very patterned paper is one that I stamped the other day. And I'm kind of taking the colour scheme cue from that. And that colour scheme came from something that I'd pinned from Pinterest. It was just like a suggested colour scheme, and I used Stampin' Up colours and tried to match it as well as I could. So that's how I came up with this colour scheme. So it's got Berry Burst, Gorgeous Grape, Pumpkin Pie, Petal Pink, I think, in it. All right, so to construct this then, so the bottom layer is basically like a card base, but scored down the middle, and that folds back. And then this section is a square that's not as wide as the card base, but then has equal, whatever half of this is, you have that, you have that again. Sorry, I'll say that again, not half of this. You choose your size square, and then whatever the distance is between here and here, you then need to add this measurement onto the end of there so that it works. So there we go, that's how that works. So when it comes to sticking it down, I'd hold it all together like so, apply glue to this top rectangle, flip that over, and I'm going to pop it here. Let it match up with the edge of the card, like so. Give that a good rub down. You've just ordered that one. Ah, fantastic, Patricia. Yeah, I think a few people have. It's a good one. All right, and then just a reminder, when you come to stick this section down, just eyeball that you do not need glue past this point here. So flip it open and just apply glue down the edge like so. It doesn't even have to reach the edge because it will be fine without you doing that. And then give that a good rub as well. And I'll just do that while I'm reading your comments. Thank you, Heather. I look forward to seeing what you make with this FUNFOLD, Heather. Did you stamp this morning? I thought I saw that you'd shared something this morning. There we go. Yeah, so I was wondering whether just to have some little flowers stuck there. Or maybe some gems. Oh, I had a purple packet of gems this morning. Ah, here they are. Let's gemify. Oh, did that glue come? Yeah, it did. So much as I'd like to put gems on this section here, it's just going to raise the bulk of that, and I think it would damage it when posting it. So I'm just going to pop those there. Maybe just put one more in. There we go. Okay, that was nice. And I still have like quite a bit left. The other thought I had, I won't do it now, but I was thinking of doing this on the live. I'm going to finish now. Was to cut a piece of either similar colour with or using the colour scheme that I have, was to cut a piece of cardstock and then run it through my embossing folder, or any embossing folder, and then maybe put some ink on the embossing folder so you have sort of tone on tone again. So that's really helpful if you don't have any DSP that matches your colour scheme. Then just grab a piece of cardstock and make your own patterned paper from using the embossing folder. The other thing you can do is run it through embossing folder and then just gently run your ink pad down the edge of it, and that will add some additional colour. So that is my suggestion if you don't have enough DSP, or if you just want to have that extra texture on there. I do like the use of an embossing folder, as it adds a different type of interest to your cards. So there we go. Yeah, no, this was a bit quicker than I thought it was going to be. And what was I saying about, I was going to say to you at the end. Oh, right, I'll draw it out. I've got time to draw it out. There we go. I'll do that for you. I'll go and grab a clean piece of grid paper. I'm just going to clear my desk a little bit. Oh, stuff. copy. So for the base, I'm going to do it that way round. I'm going to score there. So this is in centimetres. So dashed lines mean score, solid lines mean cut. Okay, so your paper needs to measure 20 centimetres by 14.5 and then score at 10 centimetres and 15 centimetres. Then your Z-foldy bit, that's going to be 8, just going to do that thing there, by 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That'll be 8 down. Lisa, if you're wondering why I'm not using a ruler, I don't want to get Sharpie on it. Right, so this is 18 centimetres by 8 centimetres. Score at 8 centimetres and 13 centimetres. All right, so that is basically what you need to do. And then any panels that you're going to do just needs to be 0.5 centimetre smaller. So your so this one would be 4.5 by 1, 2, 3, 4.5. Right. So matting layer 4.5 centimetres by 14 centimetres, and you need 2 of those. And then this one you need that needs to be, I don't know, if I just pop it in there, I'm just going to write it there. 10 centimetres by 14 centimetres. And then this one be 7.5 by 7.5 centimetres. That one, and then for this one it would be 4.5 by 7.5. Hope that makes sense. I will take photos of this and pop it in Artful Stampin Space. So now to do the inches version. So I know what I'll do. I'll do this for you guys who use 8.5 by 11, but if you're using A4, you can just make this a little bit longer. Actually, I could give the 2 measurements and then. So this would be if you are using A4, and this would be if you're using 8.5 by 11. I'll just put A4 there. So this would be 8 inches by 5.5 or 5 3/4 A4. Okay. Hope that makes sense. Then your foldy bit is going to be 3 plus 2 plus 2. And that would be the same no matter what size cardstock you were using. So what's that, 7? Okay, so this matting layer would be one 3/4 by 5 1/4 or 5.5. And then this one would be 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And this one would be 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. All right. Oh, I should write matting layers. It's all right. All right, I will take photos of this and pop them on Artful Stampin Space to make it easier for you if you haven't written all that down. Hope it makes sense. You should be able to see from there. There we go. See how that fits. Now, mine is slightly shorter because if you watch the video, it was because this panel here, I only had that measurement. So you've got a bit of leeway if you find a piece of beautiful paper that's a bit too short. The other option is that you can double mat it. So you could maybe do this panel a solid contrasting color and then put your DSP on the inside. Some people like to double mat. That's fine. I just ain't got time for it. So there we go. All right. Thank you, everybody, so much. It's been lovely to hang out with you. Big hugs and love to lots and lots of you who are going through it a bit at the moment. And lots of love to those of you who are unable to share what you're going through, because sometimes people go through such painful things that they can't share publicly. And I do appreciate you being here and taking time out of your day, but please know that you're very much cared for, even if you don't know it. So there we go. You're welcome, everybody. Thank you, Patricia. Great, Heather. I'm looking forward to seeing your cards and anyone else's as well. Now, has anyone gone for this colour scheme? It'd be interesting to see if anyone's done that. And just a reminder that this stamp set is free when you spend £55 currently. And what's the other thing that I was going to show you? Oh, an embossing folder. This one, which I had thought of showing off tonight, but I haven't ended up doing that. So this embossing folder is also for free at the moment when you spend £55. Unfortunately, you can only choose one gift, but there are some really great gifts to choose from at the moment. So there we go. And that gift comes directly from Stampin' Up. It's not a promotion that I do. It's a Stampin' Up promotion. All right. God bless everybody. Thank you so much. And I'll see you all very soon. Take care for now.